We're only talking this year. Are you taking Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback or Tom Brady?
Oh, it's like a hypothetical.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, they're both great players, obviously, but I'm taking Patrick Mahomes. And the reason I say that is that when you study film as an NFL player, it's nameless faces. It's just jersey numbers. I can remember one time we were playing Carolina, and it was like this number 24 was playing really great, but it was Josh Norman. But he was drafted low. He was on the practice squad, but it didn't matter. The film showed he was playing great. On the flip side, we've also played guys number 24. Hey, we can beat this guy in a double move. Hey, we're going to go after 24 today. Well, that's Champ Bailey, a Hall of Fame player. But the film tells you a story, and I think that's the best way to evaluate it. And if I'm evaluating it, I'm going to evaluate the film. And Patrick Mahomes has been absolutely just about perfect so far this season.
I think it's been lights out, and the only thing that's going to slow Patrick Mahomes down is Patrick Mahomes. I mean, we've put him through all these tests so far this season. You know, how does he play against pressure? You know, when adversity hits, he's passed all of those tests. You know, I think back to Tom Brady in 2014 against the Kansas City Chiefs. It's 14 for 23, 159 yards. And threw 2 interceptions. And they had press conferences asking Bill Belichick, hey, are you going to bench Tom Brady? That was just a bad game. That was a blip on the radar. So for Patrick Mahomes, I think he continues this run. And oh, by the way, the Patriots went on to win the Super Bowl that year. So the only thing that can slow this young man down is himself. He may have a bad game, may come today, who knows. But other than that, this guy is awesome.
You know, for me, it's really hard to go against Patrick Mahomes, but for me, it's Tom all day. You know, you're going into, week 6, and you're giving this man, you're giving him the nod over Tom Brady. There's 2 things I'm looking at in this game. One, can the New England Patriots get to Patrick Mahomes, be able to create some type of pass rush to make them hurry up? And number 2, you've been hearing me over the last couple of weeks talking about Andy Reid, praising that offense, this being his best offense, him and Eric Bieniemy. But don't forget about the play caller. You've called against him for years. Josh McDaniels is a great offensive-minded play caller. So for me, there will be some trick plays called tonight. I don't mean the gadget plays, but I think for me, whoever is up on the receiving, the better end of the trick plays, I think we'll win this game. But you can't not count out Josh McDaniels.
You know, I look at it this way. With Mahomes, if you're talking the long road, I'll take Patrick Mahomes. But if you're talking about this season only, I'm still taking Tom Brady. I've been whipped by this guy so many times, a joke. But I still think he has it. And they look like the Patriots now because they get Edelman back. And hopefully this Gordon kid can do something for him. But to me, I mean, it's like if you're the Patriots right now, they're going to make them, you know, go the long, hard way.
Yeah.
And then they're going to do what they always do, play situational football and do it better than anybody. So we'll see how they play in the red zone. And I get it. You know, Mahomes is amazing down there. They got weapons all over the place. You better, get somebody on Kelsey. But this is what New England does better than anybody. And for the team, who's the best team in the AFC? You know, Andy Reid's a phenomenal coach. There's no question about it. But he is 1-4 in the playoffs.
Yeah, but he's won the last 2 times. The Chiefs have won the last 2 times against the Patriots. And listen, I think Tom Brady's one of the best quarterbacks ever, maybe the best quarterback ever. I'm not saying that. I'm just simply saying Patrick Mahomes this season, which was the question, has been better than every other quarterback, maybe except for Jared Goff. He has 16 touchdowns on his own. That's more than 24 teams. He has more touchdowns than the Eagles, the Lions, the Seahawks, the Bucks, the Ravens. The whole list goes down, 24 teams. I just think that's really, really impressive. And when you study film, I believe one thing that helped me studying film over the years was not looking about the name on the back of the jersey, not caring how much money a guy makes, where he was drafted, or most importantly, what he may have done in the past. You just look at that 3 or 4 or 5 game breakdown, and that's how you study it. And what I've seen so far this season from Patrick Mahomes has been just unbelievable.
Okay, I hear you on the nameless faces thing from an offensive perspective, but Charles, I want to know on defense, that's still Tom Brady. You can't tell me that that's a nameless face, is it, when you're studying film?
No, he's the face of the National Football League, so it's not a nameless, faceless, or faceless, nameless for Tom Brady, of course. So you understand what Tom Brady is, but what Patrick Mahomes has done right now has been, I mean, it's exceptional, the way he's able to use all of the weapons. I mean, you just named all of the weapons that he had, Coach. I don't know how you're not taking this young man over Tom Brady. Right, we're talking about right now. I'm not talking about his history and what he's done up to this point.
6 games compared to a whole thing. And right now,
but we're talking about right now.
I know, But right now is when New England starts playing.
That's true.
You know, and so watch out. We'll see what happens. We'll see who's sitting back going, I told you so next week.
You love that, and you always remember.
I always do.
Are you still afraid of the Patriots?
I'm not afraid of nobody.
Oh,
but,
okay, all right.
But I flinch a little bit with Tom Brady. You know what I mean? Like, he does make me flinch a little.